Welcome back to CBS Soap Dish Recap, where we recap everything CBS soaps, both the young and the restless, and the bold and the beautiful. And this is your bold and the beautiful recap for October 3rd. And today, Hope really questioned her mom about this whole Thomas Douglas CPS situation. Steffy is urging Taylor to fight, and Ridge is flabbergasted by his wife's betrayal. So before we unpack all of this, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel to receive all updates. And please don't forget to like and share. So after Friday's cliffhanger, we're back over at the Forrester mansion. And Ridge is telling Thomas Brooke wouldn't do this. Now Thomas reminds him that, hey Dad, we both heard this recording and there's no doubt it was Brooke. And he even goes on to say that the only explanation is that Brooke has always hated him. Ridge was like, that's not true. Thomas was like, it is true. She's trying to take my son away from me for just chopping up an apple with a knife. Now, Ridge blurts out, she said she didn't make that call. She told me she didn't. She wouldn't lie to me about this. You know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to ask her to her face. And Thomas went on to say that Brooke said her name on that recording and then lied to you when you asked her about it. Now, Ridge was like, look, don't say a word. And he insisted that he has to give Brooke a chance to come clean. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to see my wife and see what she has to say. So over to Brooke's place, Brooke is texting Ridge to find out when is he coming home. While she's doing that and thinking about where Ridge could be, Hope comes in. She walked in and she said, look, I just talked to Liam. What is this about Douglas and CPS? Brooke was like, hey, Hope, he's fine. Hope asked her mom to, give me a little bit more information because I don't understand why CPS was called on Thomas. Now, Brooke doesn't know why, but it really worried her. Somebody felt strong enough to call in and complain is what she said. And she thinks Hope could use this information to get Douglas where he belongs. Now, Hope is offended on Thomas's behalf. And she just can't imagine what it must have been like to have those people show up over at the house and question your parenting. Brooke kind of narrowed her eyes and said, well, then maybe he shouldn't have been using a knife around his son. Hope was like, oh, Mom, come on. Now, Brooke doubles down and say, what's going to happen if Douglas is running around and falls on top of a knife? Wow. Now, Hope insists Thomas is careful. Brooke feels her daughter is being manipulated by Thomas again, that she's spending too much time around him. Now, when she said that, Hope was pissed. She was like, I'm not naive. And if I am defending Thomas, it's because he deserved it. As for me spending time over there, my son is over there with Thomas, and that's where I'm supposed to be. Now, Brooke questions that, is that a really good idea? And Hope was like, you know what? You sound just like Liam. So then Hope gets a call from somebody by the name of Edgar, who she is collabing with, and tells him that she'll have the lead designer, Thomas, reach out. Now, after getting off that phone, Hope urges her mom to say what she's thinking because she got a look on her face. Now, Brooke comes back talking about, I'm listening to you just now. I'm realizing how interwoven your life is with Thomas. He just worked his way back into your work, into your home life. Brooke, Thomas Forrester, work at Forrester Creations, and Hope signed up to be Douglas's mom, which is also Thomas's son. So yeah, that's how that worked. And Hope was like, are you suggesting that I'm not aware of how my relationship with Thomas worked? I wish you would just give me a little bit more credit than that. I know the good and the bad sides of Thomas, and for a long time now, I've only seen the good side. Now, Brooke is reminding her daughter that he used you in the past, and he used Douglas to manipulate you. Now, Hope insists, look, that's not what's going on right now. Thomas is finally on the right track and didn't deserve what happened with CPS. Brooke's phone goes off. She was hoping it was Ridge, but nope, it wasn't. And then we see Hope is heading right back to the office because she now wants to have a conversation with Thomas, and then she leaves. So let's swing over to the Cliff House because the annoyance continues. Steffi wants Taylor back with Ridge, and she's still complaining that Brooke doesn't deserve the consideration she's giving her. Taylor is like, look, you don't treat people as bad as they are. You treat them as good as you are. And when she get back from Aspen, she wants to move completely on from Ridge. Now, after Steffi made all of the arrangement for the kids and everything, Taylor is still reflecting, and she thought that she should have been moving on toward Ridge, but he's still married to Brooke. It's long past time for me to move on. Thank God, Taylor. Now, Steffi suggested she could just stay in town and fight for Dad. Stop, Steffi, please. But Taylor said, I didn't come back to LA to steal Brooke's husband. I have to love myself more than the possibility of a future with your father. Now, Steffi don't want to close the doors. Brooke's going to screw up, and then he'll realize that he belonged with you, Mom. She urging her mother, once again, not to close her heart. But Taylor argues, I got to close it a little bit. Taylor needs to get away from him for a bit and figure out where she's going. So now they're on the Spencer jet. Don't they have their own over at Forrester? However, Taylor is looking forward to a change of scenery with no Ridge reminders. Now, Steffi reminds her how happy they were the last time they were on that jet home from Monaco. Now, they talk about Finn is back with the family and how much he loves Steffi so much. Steffi talks about that whole miracle kiss in Monaco, which we're all tired of seeing the flashback of that. Know that he loves you, and please, Mom, don't give up. Now, again, we saw Taylor flash into that kiss with Ridge, and Steffi comes in from a door. She contacted Finn to see if he wanted to come out there and join them. Taylor absolutely adores Finn, but Steffi starts right back in about her keeping the door open for Ridge. Now, Taylor doesn't want to. That draft is cold, and he always go back to Brook. If she's the love of his life and that's who he wants, she wishes them well. So Ridge strolls in over at Brooke's place as she's making dinner reservations over the phone. She explains that she wanted to get his mind off of what happened today. That's crazy, right? Now, she asked if he's learned anything about this whole CPS visit. She wondered if Taylor crossed someone lately. Now, perhaps the caller wanted to get back at him, according to Brooke. Ridge complains that they also questioned Douglas, too. Brooke kind of go back over that whoever it was may have only thought that, they were hurting just Thomas, and she hopes that they weren't too hard on Douglas. I certainly don't know who it is. Ridge kind of stroked her face, and then all of a sudden, he remembered that he left something at the office, and he just left her standing there looking crazy. When he got outside the door, this is where Ridge was like, see, man, it was you. And he flashes to hearing that voice on the recording. Brooke, you lied to me. You lied to my face. It was you. It was you. So, yeah, is this marriage on the rocks? And stay tuned for the fact that it looked like Hope is actually going to see the best in Thomas, and he's going to be shocked by that. So we got to stay tuned to see what's coming ahead. Okay, so there you have it, your bold and the beautiful recap for Monday, October 3rd, 2022. If you haven't checked out the Young and the Restless recap, also for today, it has been uploaded to the channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.